Hello EDU 304 and welcome to our final day of Module 2 focused on rubric construction. Although we'll finish up with Module 2 today, we're going to continue with rubrics on Friday as I open up the Grade a Project module, which has been closed at this point just to allow you to kind of get into the online environment, tackle modules 1 and 2, and begin working through the Enneagram. But I'm going to go ahead and open that up on Friday, and that's going to ask you to interact with some rubrics and student work as well. And so today I really have two assignments for you. The first is to view Enneagram number 2 and complete notes in whatever format you desire. And the second will be to complete your own oral presentation rubric for your ideal classroom. So let's get into that right now. Your objective for today is to design your own 4-point, 3-criteria rubric by providing scoring labels and performance descriptors for an oral presentation. So whatever level in K-12 teaching you end up in, oral presentations are most likely going to be a part of your class at some point. Arguments could be made that they may not be, but this seemed to be the most generic type rubric to allow you the experience of kind of trying to combine your future classroom with this for everyone. And so what I'm going to ask you to do today is to envision your ideal classroom. Maybe that's a 2nd grade classroom, maybe it's a 6th grade history classroom, maybe it's a senior level art classroom. Whatever the case might be, I want you to think about students presenting some sort of information to their peers in your class. And I'm going to ask that you complete this oral presentation rubric. And so what I have done is I have provided you with the template where I've given you the score levels, but I'm going to ask you to label those based on, is this just exceeding proficiency, 3 proficiency, below proficiency, or do you want to label them in some more creative way? Feel free to do that. What I've also done is I have provided the components or categories for you. And so knowing the limited amount I know about assessing students in a speech class, organization is always an important tenet of giving a speech, right? Are your thoughts and your points organized and well planned out? Is the content relevant? So the content, that can be based on whatever class you're teaching. It's going to look different for a history classroom than it might language arts or art history or whatever the case might be. And then delivery usually has something to do with eye contact, the vocal register, that we're able to hear you clearly, and those types of things. What I'm going to ask you to do is to explain to me what your ideal grade level is. So tell me the grade level, K through 12. What is your ideal content area? And then what directions are you going to provide for students? So when I look up this rubric, and you'll enter all of the performance descriptors here that clearly articulate the difference between a level 4 in organization, a level 3, a level 2, a level 1, and so on. What directions are you giving to students on the front end of this? Okay, so take me into your middle school history classroom. What unit are you studying? What are you asking students to do? Is there research involved? What do they need to prepare? What do they need to present? And all of those types of things. If you wish, feel free to add on an additional component or 2 or criteria. And if you truly desire, feel free to add on another scoring level. I want you to be able to manipulate this a little bit, but as we end our unit on rubric construction today, my goal is that I would be able to clearly see evidence that you have engaged with this, you understand this, it's making sense to you, and you're able to construct a rubric as primitive as this one might be on your own to assess students. So that being said, I'm done with my portion of this class. This is going to require you to do a little bit more work today than is typical, and so I want to give you time to do that. Please have this uploaded to the LMS no later than Friday so that I'm able to give you credit for your participation today. And then also a reminder, Enneagram 2 is available for you to view and to take notes on. On Friday we will move into Module 3 focused on feedback. I will also be opening up the Grade a Project module at that time. So take care. As always, let me know if you have questions, comments, or concerns, and I will see you again soon.